Hello and welcome, my name is Bishton. Today we are playing Hearts of Iron 4. Alrighty, so let's jump right in. I have done a few test games. This one ended horribly, so I kind of know what I'm doing now with Germany. So we're gonna go with the 1936 start because there's no other option. You could go with the 39 start, but that's not as good. So we're just going to go with the Gathering Storm. And we are actually going to go with Germany. I've decided to just go Germany. The next campaign I might go is the United States and go fascist on them. Or maybe communist, I don't know. Maybe I'll just make my own faction and go ape shit on everything in America. But this one, we're going to go Germany, and hopefully we're going to win as Germany. But, yeah, so, here's Germany. You can read this if you want. I'm not going to. Let's select country. We're going to have historical AI focuses off because I like my games to be random and different every time I play them. Okay. Nope, pause. There we go. So now, here we are in Germany. We have a whole bunch of troops. We've got 30. Let's go ahead, make 2 armies. Come on, game. There you go. Deselect those, make another army. We'll tell you guys, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'll explain as we go on. But basically what I just did there was I made 2 front lines. And now I'm going to make an offensive campaign. So basically, if we ever go to war with these guys and this order is still there and I haven't deleted it for some weird reason, that means that when we go to war and I activate the plan, they will go ahead and do this plan. And then over here, we want an offensive plan. Now I don't expect to do this plan ever, like I just don't expect to do it. However, what this allows me to do is train my troops. So we want a good general. You, and then you're not good enough. And you, I guess. And we'll just have both people exercise. Now what exercise does is it will get us army experience. So as you see here, we're getting 0.05 basically army experience daily. Now army experience lets you change your battalions around and do a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So yeah, we want to get started on that immediately. And now I'm going to start working on all of these wonderful little things that we have to do. So research being one of the most important things. The research screen seems pretty complicated, but really it's not too complicated. There's a whole bunch of tabs, but some of these tabs don't really allow you to do much right now. Like right now we can only get these 2 techs pretty much. And it tells you 1939 is when you really should expect this tech. So in 3 years. So you won't get this tech. Same as here because armor differences. And then artillery. You can get artillery, but meh. Doctrines, pretty useful. However, for right now, we're going to work on our industry. Because as we're German, we need as much industry as possible. So we'll grab basic machining tools, which gives a production efficiency cap, which I'll talk about later, and then construction speed increase. And then we'll go with quicker research times. And I'm going to get the... I could go with the heavy fighter, which has an air attack of 36, speed of 500, and agility of 25. Or this. So this is better except for agility. How easy it is to hit another plane. So really, we just want to use the BF-109s. Don't really want a heavy fighter if it can't hit anything. So we'll go ahead and grab the doctrine. Actually, no, we won't grab the doctrine immediately because I will instead, I guess, go with support weapons? Maybe? Let's look at the other ones. I guess we could just go with artillery. Oh. Someone's being very loud. Alright. So we got our 4 researches done. Now we have civilian factories that are free. Currently have 16 ready. And we're gonna spend the first year pretty much just building up civilian factories. So we're gonna get 3 there. And then boom. Next, I'll go with... I'm just gonna build the maximum amount of military factories as we can, because I don't really see a point in not doing that. And then we have free military factories. We're gonna want more infantry equipment because we're about to hire a bunch of battalions. Let's get rid of the Navy guys. So if you never played HOI4 and you're completely new to this, you may be like, what the heck is going on here? I don't understand anything. Basically, in the construction screen where I was building all those wonderful things, basically, civilian factories build all of your buildings, whereas military factories build your war units, well, your war equipment. So as you see here, infantry equipment. So this is your guns, grenades, maybe body armor. I assume body armor, like your helmets and whatnot. And then support equipment like your medical kits, your radios, your ammo, you know, the usual stuff. Alright, I'm gonna lower the motorized vehicles. And then let us build 5 factories worth of fighters. We'll build 2 of those and then 2 of those. And we still have 10 remaining, so we'll want 5 of those, 5 of those. Now, support equipment's one of those things that you will never run out. Well, you will never like change. So it's always good to just have more support equipment than what you really need. Tanks. I mean, I could upgrade them. And actually, I am gonna upgrade the Panzer IIs because I might as well. I mean, we have 4 years till the next light tank, I know, because I've already done this once and I've actually failed. So hopefully we can bring this back. I will increase that by a few. We don't really need artillery, and we'll increase the fighter production because currently we're upgrading our fighters. We have a dockyard. which is in the same screen. We'll produce a whole bunch of submarines or U-boats. Alright. Now here is our national focus. Now this national focus allows us to do a whole bunch of different things. So like the Rhineland, if we go with this, we remilitarize the Rhineland, and the Rhineland and Mosland won't be a demilitarized zone again. And then we can continue down this tree and we can get other things. So like the fate of Yugoslavia and all of that stuff, and then the fate of Greece. And then we can go to war with Greece if we want to. And this just allows us to go down these trees. And then, or we could choose naval armament, go with a naval effort, go with plan Z, could then befriend Denmark, befriend Norway, then befriend Sweden, and we'd have a whole bunch of people. We could also go down this way. There's a whole bunch of things we could do. And basically, the goal of this entire effort is in the fall of 1993, we're hopefully about to declare war on Poland, or we've declared war on Poland. So, I'm going to start with the making of the Autobahn. Now this just gives you infrastructure in 4 different areas. And then I'll make the then I'll go with the Rhineland, West Wall, and then the 2 industrial efforts, because this adds in total 12 civilian factories, and that's huge. Alternatively, I could go, you know, I'm actually going to start with the Rhineland, because that should give me 120 political power, which I will again explain later. Here we are going to recruit and deploy soldiers. So you can build multiple units in parallel. So here's 10 units. And then how many times I'm building this. So I actually want, let's say 60,000 troops. So here's 60k troops here. And let's put them in Mecklenburg. So once all of these people have been, well, once they've gotten their equipment, they can train. And you can actually deploy units who don't have all of their training done. However, then they won't be as strong. However, you can deploy them early if need be. So, for example, if we have 54,000 and we want to do the national focus of Anslush, or however you pronounce it, we could quickly do it, and then we'd get the 55k. But we also have insufficient resources. So now I'm not actually sure what the influences. The game doesn't really tell you. I assume like the influence is how much we can affect them. However, we will just go with free trade right now with the Americas. Now America doesn't really like us, unfortunately. And then we can grab some rubber and then there we go. And if we unpause, we might have to wait a few hours for that. Okay, just ignore that quick audio cut there. People talking, you know, that wonderful, wonderful thing. But we then have our Air Force that we have to deal with. Now, I'm actually going to delete everyone. These Air Forces will not do. Oh yeah, we also have these 4, which we can just make into an army and make a front line on Poland. So, yep, let's just get rid of all of these. That tactical bomber actually wasn't too bad. But I don't want any interwar fighters, pretty much, because they aren't any good. Alright. So now we can't put any planes in the Rhineland because of... that can actually stay. Because of issues we have. So we don't actually have any real planes. So I will actually hold off on setting up the planes because there's not really a need to not do it. And we'll just advance time. So, as you see, the troops are doing their little motions and training. And we're getting just a bit of daily army exercise as we go on. If we check our production, you can see here that there's a little bar here. Now, when I change something, like if I were to just delete infantry equipment and then redo it, then we would need more. We would have to restart our infantry equipment, and that would reset our production efficiency cap. Basically, this efficiency cap is how well we can build, or how equipped our factories are for building that certain equipment. So let's just go here and build that. Now it's not building anything because there's no factory set for it. However, as you see, there's this red efficiency cap. This means that we're getting 0% of a bonus on building it, because the factory that would be working on this has legitimately just been told, build this tank for us. Go ahead and do it. And you can't just build things like that. They require time. So yeah. And when you've built something for so long, you figure out, okay, here's the quickest way to build it, and we'll just do that. And that's what technology does as well. It just increases that amount. So now, unfortunately, all there really is to wait. We have wasted 48 days just preparing the Rhineland. And once the Rhineland is remilitarized, we can finish our border with this. And then we'll also have more tanks ready and it will be great. In this screen you can just see what's happening with resources. So here we're currently losing motorized vehicles because our troops are training and they don't understand how to drive, I'm assuming, and they're just crashing every freaking motorized vehicle they can. Same with tanks. And then we're also breaking a whole bunch of guns. So yeah, we're breaking apparently 34 guns a day, or 5 artillery pieces a day. Okay, but here's the first event. Let's just slow down time in case it unpauses itself. But the remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory, close to the French border, in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions have so far been muted. It is no more the Germans walking in their own backyard, a political commentator in Britain observed. I mean, it is our territory, so there we go. And now that we have the Rhineland, the West Wall will get an extra 12 forts. And as you can see, these guys are now moving ahead. And we get our first modifying of the government. Now this requires political power. And first thing first, I am going to we don't need to do this war economy yet, even though we can. Instead, I'm going to go with the Captain of Industry. It will speed up our civilian factories by 10%, infrastructure by 10%, and then refineries by 10%. Those other two, not too important for us, but the civilian factory is super good. Like, super good. And then we'll get another one in 20 days, which we can get. So, however, I'm going to have to end it here because this is the end of the episode. This will be a new series on my channel, and it will likely go through June 16th is when I leave for Colorado, so I'll likely have a backlog of this. So, if you leave any comments, I will respond to them, and I probably will love them and use them for the next campaign. If there is a next campaign, I don't know if there will be because of time issues, but yeah. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like and comment down below. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.